there, boys and girls. Welcome to the neighborhood. Seems that there has been some concern about that last video that I shot about the SIG 365. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go ahead and address those issues. I'm glad that you guys responded, and we'll get that going here. We'll get that squared away. So, one of the first things was mentioned was how I was muzzling my hand with the 365 when I was demonstrating the failure to go in the battery. Muzzling my hand. Okay, well, I carry appendix. Okay, I'm going to show you that right now. Right here, I carry appendix. I've been muzzling my femoral artery for 20 years. And other things. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Anybody that carries appendix, especially when we sit down, we're muzzling something, okay? Now, granted, the gun is in a holster, so, okay, when we're at the range, of course, you always want to practice pulling from where you carry. Here's the example. Boom. I grab here. I pull the gun out. It's still muzzling me, and my hand is on the gun, not in the holster. I am muzzling myself. 20 years, as I said, okay? The main thing here is, look where my fingers are. Never on the trigger, okay? So there's always a point at where, especially if you appendix carry, you're going to muzzle yourself and have your hand on the trigger. I'm sorry, have your hand on the gun, fingers not on the trigger. Same thing with this. When I was showing the demonstration, I had a round in the chamber. And if you notice where my finger is, I always have my finger alongside the slide. If it's two, it's like this, depends, just wherever. And it's always pointed in the safe direction. Anything over here, I know I was moving it around a little bit to show you what was going on. Everything over here is a safe direction, okay? If I muzzle myself, it doesn't matter. I am 100% confident in my safety to handle a firearm with a bullet in the chamber and or the magazine loaded, okay? Main thing is, just keep your fingers off the trigger. Just like when I pull out of my holster, when I'm at the range or whatever, I'm constantly muzzling myself. It's by nature, it's by design when you carry in that fashion. So to me, it doesn't even register as an issue because when I go to the range and I pull that gun out of the holster, I'm always muzzling myself. It's just, it is what it is. Main thing is, fingers of course are this way, never on that trigger until you are ready to pull that trigger, whether it be at the range or otherwise, okay? So we'll move on to the next thing that was a concern. Yes, I just put a loaded magazine into the gun. Again, I'm comfortable handling a loaded firearm. If you guys aren't comfortable handling a loaded firearm, maybe you shouldn't have one, but I am. And being able to handle it loaded safely. Now, the next thing, I got a little list here of some of the comments you guys made, so I just want to make sure I cover them all, okay? Okay, so here's the main thing that was mentioned, and it was absolutely, utterly wrong. And I'm going to prove that to you today, okay? You dropping a slide on an already chambered round, absolutely, unequivocally, will not induce on negligent discharge. Cannot, will not happen. The gun is designed, okay, to not do that. For no other reason than it's a liability issue, okay? There's about a 5 thousandths clearance between the shell and the back of the slide, okay? I'm going to show you that. I got my measurement tools here to show you that here. But I want to ask you guys the difference here. Okay, so I'll take a bullet out of here. Slide's locked back. I put a bullet in the chamber. Bullet's in the chamber, okay? Finger's not on the trigger, right? Okay. Hit the slide, boom. Okay, bullet was in the chamber, slide went forward. No negligent discharge. I could do this all day for 1,000 years until I wear the gun out, and it will not discharge. What is the difference between what I just did, okay? Mag, loaded mag, in the gun, What's the difference between that, pulling the slide back, and letting it go? What's the difference? Nothing. That's the difference. Let me take that back. There's one small difference. I'll get into that in just a second here. The slide rips around, or shears around, or however you want to define it, off the top of the mag and rams it into the chamber. What's the difference? If every time you pull the trigger, the slide comes back, ejects one round, strips the next round off the top of the mag, and rams it into the chamber. Wouldn't it go off every time? The gun would be a fully automatic by that thinking. Well, the reason it doesn't go off is because the firing pin doesn't hit the round. Now I'm thinking, why would you guys make that comment? Why would you think that the round would discharge? It just didn't make sense to me. Then I was thinking, okay, maybe this is what you're thinking. So you guys can comment below and let me know if this is what you were thinking. When the slide goes forward, okay, there's nothing in here right now. Boom. When the slide goes forward, I was thinking, you were thinking that the back of the slide here, the back of that, if we can get a zoom in on that, actually hits the back of this and forces it in. Now, even if that were true, the rim, the real hard outside rim, would probably prevent the primer from being hit and of course setting the round off. But even at that, it would have to hit really hard to do it. So I started examining what was going on here. And so what I figured out was, and I knew this all along, but I wanted to know by how much. They're not going to set this up so that slide hits the back of that round. That's just foolish. Because, you know something? There's a small probability it could go off if it did that. But it doesn't do that. I'm going to show you why, okay? I'm going to show you with this gun, and I'm actually going to show you my other gun as well. Okay, so you take this apart. Pull the barrel out. Now, this is the highest point of the barrel, right here, okay? This part here, that's the part that hits the slide, the inside of the slide right here when the slide comes forward. It hits this right here, that top part. Boom. Click every time. Bang, bang, bang. It hits that right there. Put a bullet in the chamber. Boom. Okay? That was my finger, by the way. It's not going to set the round off. Let me put my glasses on. I'm pretty much blind. Can't see close up. When you get old like me, that happens. All right, I'm going to measure this now. I'm going to measure the round to a common point here. And then I'm going to measure the high point of that barrel to the same common point. To show you, basically, this round is recessed. It's below the stop point. This is a stop point here, okay? That round is below that. So the ram, let's call it a ram, slide ram, when it hits, it doesn't hit the round. It's designed to not hit the round. So it won't cause a negligent discharge, okay? So let me zero this out. All right, so if we measure, I'm going to measure first the high point of the barrel. Okay. It's about 129.5. This is not going to be 100%, but it's definitely within the realm of measuring. There's enough, yeah. So we'll say it's 130.131. So let me write that down. 0.131. That was from the top of the barrel to the common point, okay? We're trying to measure how far in the bullet is in the barrel, in the chamber, compared to the stop point here, okay? And you guys, I urge you to do this. Take your gun apart. Take your vernier calipers here, okay, or digital calipers, and measure it. Don't take my word for it. Measure this. Do what I'm doing here, and you're going to completely understand it, okay? Facts don't lie, and neither does this, okay? Same common point. Okay. 0.124. So, I'm sorry, yeah, 0.124. So, if we subtract the difference here, so it's 0.131 high, 0.124 low, that leaves us with 7 thousandths. Okay? 0.007. So there's a 0.007 thousandths clearance between the bullet, the back of the bullet, and this top point, where's the stop point on the slide. And, you know, my measurement obviously is not going to be 100%. It could vary a couple thousandths. But we're going to take care of that variable right now, okay? So I'm going to put this back in. I'm actually going to put this in the gun. with the spring, return spring hooked in, and I'm going to take a piece of paper. I've got two papers here. I got a .006 inch. It's a little bit thicker, like cardboard or card paper, whatever, cardstock. And then I've got a normal piece of paper, .003 inch clearance, 3/1000 and 6/1000 clearance, respectively. Here we go. So I'm going to put this in. I'll get it in, then I'll get the thing close to the barrel so you guys can see what I'm doing here, okay? It's kind of a pain in the ass to do this. Okay, so bullets in the chamber, barrel's in. I'm going to put the spring in there to show you that the tension is perfectly on there, okay? And if you even take your screwdriver and just kind of pick at the back of the round a little bit, you'll see it in there. You'll see it really good. You can actually move it back and forth about 4/1000 or so, I would say. It's about 4/1000. You can even see a space in between the round and the back of the slide. There's no way this round can go off. The only way this round can go off is if the firing pin hits it. And I'm going to tell you something. If you drop the slide and that round goes off, your gun is broken, okay? You got something wrong with the safeties on the pin, or something happened with the barrel and the slide is hitting the back of the round hard enough to get to the primer. Here's a 3/1000 clearance. I'm going to get close here, guys, so you can see what I'm doing here. Hopefully you'll be able to see this. Dun, dun. If I take this, I can literally slide this in, and it goes right down in, okay? Right in between the bullet and the back of the casing, okay? So the 3/1000 fits really loose and nice. And go ahead and do this. You'll see what I'm talking about, okay? Again, it looks like it's about 4/1000 clearance. But I get that. Here's the 6/1000. It's a little bit tight. I'll be honest about that. It's not quite 6/1000. But the extractor's holding this back, okay? Which, again, would not cause a negligent discharge because you can't go against the extractor. So we got the 3/1000 fits good. The 6/1000, I can just get it started, goes down a little bit, and then it stops. So I'm going to say it's about a 4/1000 clearance right there, okay? So again, do it yourself. Whatever gun you have, do it. You're going to see. There's space there. There's no way this slide is hitting that round. It's not happening. Okay, so let me get this bullet out of here. All right. I'm going to do the same thing. Now, my other gun's a little bit more tricky because this, you can see straight down here. The SIG 365, you put a round in there and you look down it, and you, like I said, you can move it back and forth a little bit with a screwdriver, so you know there's clearance in there. Just move it down to the forward position, and you can see the space behind it. So there's no, that slide does not hit that round. It's just, it can't do it. And quite frankly, I think you would agree, for the most of us that are familiar with how this will not negligently discharge, what gun manufacturer would make a gun that do that anyway? You know how dangerous that would be? Before I go to the next gun, now, if you had said to me, dropping the slide on a round, we're going to do it again, with a round in the chamber, okay, if you had said to me, well, it won't negligently discharge, but you could hurt the extractor, I give that to you. It's possible, but very highly improbable, okay, that would happen. And I'll show you why. How can we do this so you can see this? Basically, when, I'm going to try to do this so you guys can see it. Okay, so we got a mag in here, okay? You can see that bullet. I don't know if you can see in there because of the light might not be good. But if I chamber this round, if you look, it goes, the bullet is stripped off the mag and it's on the inside of the, what do you call it there? It's on the inside of the extractor right there, okay? So when that round comes up, it goes, when it's stripped, the round goes up behind the extractor and then into the chamber, okay? So that's what it does. If you do it the way I initially put my first round in, what will happen is, if you see this bevel here, I certainly hope there's enough light. This is chamfered, okay? So this would actually hit the edge of the round, which again won't set it off, and it has to go over Has to go over this edge of the rim and then get behind it, okay? That's why they chamfered the end of it. For whatever situation may arise, if you had to drop the slide over a chambered mount, it would go here, over, around, and hook it, okay? I suppose in a perfect world you could start weakening the extractor and it would split or something, okay? But again, it won't hit the primer and it won't set the gun off. I have never even heard of a gun being, the slide being dropped on a round in the chamber going off. Never heard of it. Is it possible? Sure. If someone did something to the barrel, decreased that tolerance, and the slide hit it, absolutely, maybe it's possible. I don't know. I don't think it's probable, that's for sure. But that's on this. So you guys go ahead and you measure that, and you will see. Again, the extractor, if you had said something about the extractor, I give you that. Because the extractor, my way, does hit the edge and rolls over the edge of the bullet. But I'll tell you one thing, it's about a 1 or 2 thousandths difference. So when I drop mine in, the way I do for that first round, that base of this bullet is about 2 thousandths further away from the back of the slide. Okay? The extractor, the normal way, keeps that bullet closer. But it's hard to explain. It doesn't push on the back of this very hard. When it gets in, it stops, and the round kind of keeps going for that other 0.03 or 0.04 thousandths clearance. Measure it. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. I'm having a hard time explaining it here, but I know when you guys pull out your measurement tools and measure it, you're going to be like, damn it, that's correct. Okay, so I'm going to actually now go ahead and do the same thing to my carry gun. Here's my carry gun, okay? Boom. This is an H&K P2000 SK. So they consider it a subcompact. I carry 357 SIG in it, okay? Here we go. Boom, bullet in the chamber. First measurement, 0.157. 157. Second measurement, again, common measurement point. We're trying to figure out how deep the bullet is into the chamber, okay guys? That's what we're doing. 0.152. You already know what the math is, right? That's 0.005. So 0.005 clearance between, put the gun. Okay, this is weird. It's right here. Jeez, I thought that was that one. It's a 0.005 inch clearance between the stop for the barrel that stops the slide and where the round is into the chamber, okay? So again, I'll try to, now this one's harder for me to get the paper in it because the way there's a lip in here on this barrel and I can't get the paper straight down in it. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get it in there. The extractor's in the way that way. So, but you got to, the tools don't lie. So you got a 5 thousandths clearance there, okay? So we're going to go ahead and do this. We'll get this gun out of the way. Where's my spring here? Boom, ba boom, okay. Okay. Barrel and chamber, again, drop the slide, it will be 5 thousandths in front of that round. It never hits the round. Doesn't even come, well, close, I guess you would consider 5 thousandths close. But never hits the round. It's designed not to hit the round. That's my carry gun. Fingers, not on the trigger. Okay. Now, I got a little, now this is a true micro compact. You can see the difference here between these two guns. This is a Ruger LCP 380. Okay, I mean, it is just dwarfed by the SIG 365, okay? So this is a truly micro compact right here. Okay. Now this one here, same thing. We're going to pull the barrel out. And this one's a little trickier. It's kind of goofy. You got to kind of pull. It's empty, by the way. There we go. Pull this little pin out of here. Okay, so cute. Now I know for a fact, I know who owns this gun. They bought it and they never fired it. Why, I don't know, but they never fired it. So we're going to show you something here in the next clip that that gets into that. So, dun, 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 dun. Let's see, measurement here. Okay, we still zeroed out. So same idea. We're going to measure the part that actually the slide stops. 0.150, 0.150, 131 on the 65, 157 on the H&K 150. So they're all pretty close actually in the distances they hold. Plus, hold on, I gotta put on my second pair of glasses here. Oh, now we're doubling things up. Alright, so we got 0.147 on this. 0.147. So this one's a bit tighter. 0.003. So we had an 007 on the 65. We had an 005 on my H&K, which is interesting. You'd think the bigger gun would have a little more clearance, but I guess not. And then this little one, this tiny one, was even tighter at 0.003. But still, the slide does not hit, ram, or crucify the back of the round when you do it my way, which is just to put a bullet in the chamber for your +1, right? All right, let me get this thing back together. Then I'll address the next thing. Dun, dun, dun. All right, guys, I lost the pin. Oh, she's right on the black line. What are the odds? Actually, so we did this before. Tell you one thing, the other guns are a lot easier to get apart than this thing is. There we go. I actually, for this one, I start the pin to get the slide on. Just start it, keep it flush, and then I'm able to get this in here. Give it a little tap here. There we go. You actually have to pull the trigger on this one to be able to get the slide back. All right. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to address. Let's see. Okay. All guns go into battery when you pull them back. I was told that all the micro compacts, most of them don't go into battery all the way. You're not supposed to pull it back a little bit, and then because they're not going to go into battery anyway, because they got such close tolerances. All right, well, we're going to test that theory right now. This is a micro compact. It has no round down range in it, which is kind of interesting to me, but whatever. I'm going to even put this magazine in here. Finger's not on the trigger. Because a full magazine will also push up on the top of the slide, and that'll slow it down from going into battery too. All right, a full mag. So I'm going to get in front of you there, and I'm going to show you micro compact, this is a way smaller gun than the 365. Okay, talk about close tolerances, and I tell you, this one does have tight tolerances. This action is really shitty. Okay, if I pull that back, it goes right into battery. Look at that. Right into battery. No matter how much I pull that back, little or a lot, I let it go. As a matter of fact, this goes into battery better than the other two guns do. I'm very surprised. This little sucker's hard to pull back. But you can see out, in, no problem. That pushes that baby right into battery. Your theory about not going into battery because it's a tighter gun and the smaller ones are designed to do that. That is inaccurate. This gun didn't do it. The smallest one I had so far here. I had a Glock 43 here on the first video. You can go look at that. That did it. That is exactly the same size as this 365. Okay. And my H&K didn't do it. And we actually have another H&K, same gun. My friend who owns this has it on him right now. But we did that, and same thing. Right into battery, just a little bit. I was doing that to show you there was a point in the cycle where it won't go into battery. And I've never seen that before, okay? And if you have to break it in, my opinion is it's broke, and I think a lot of gun guys agree with that. I'm a SIG guy. I'm not bashing SIG. Most of my guns were SIGs, okay? I like SIG. I think they came up with a great concept here. They rushed it to the market, and they let it go with a couple of little boops in it, right? So all guns don't not go double negative there. Go into battery because they're small and they got tight tolerances. That's bullshit, okay? All right, so another mention was I'm going to second guess the engineers at SIG. Well, yeah, SIG released a gun that was breaking firing pins, breaking trigger return springs, and failing to go into battery. So, hell yeah, I'm going to absolutely second guess them, especially if it could mean saving my life. And any red-blooded American, meat-eating man in this country, okay, would do the same thing. That's what we do. We take stuff apart. We challenge the engineer. The whole automotive industry on drag racing is that exact thing, okay? Took what the manufacturer made and we completely re-engineered it, okay? And everybody that's into guns is pretty much into cars. You know exactly what I'm talking about. We changed everything. So yeah, I'm going to second guess them for sure. And I think most of you out there would do the same thing. I think we're on the same page of that. You know, like I said, most everybody was pretty good. A couple of the comments were a little challenging, so I wanted to put the facts out there. You know, facts don't lie. Veneer calipers don't lie. Okay. Let me see. So that's pretty much it, guys. I hope I accomplished something here today. Please just measure it yourself. Measure the barrel and how far in the round goes. And you're going to see the slide doesn't slam the back of that round. There's no way it can negligently misfire. It just can't do it, okay? So basically, there are the facts. You can believe them or not. If not, you can go ahead and take the trolley to make-believe land. Otherwise, I think most of you are on the same page as I am here. Go ahead and subscribe and like if you want to see some more weird videos, because I'm kind of like doing a bunch of different stuff here. I'm going to do dance. I'm actually kind of a Latin dancer. I'm doing stuff like that. I'm doing some car stuff. I'll do some golf stuff. I'm a horrible golfer, and I'm bringing some of the dance ladies out there. It's just a nightmare of fun, okay? Watch you just dance around that field and chase balls all over the place. I'm a little bit on guns. And believe it or not, I'm going to do some drive-thrus. Everybody's been through the drive-thru. We go, after we dance at night, we go to different events, socials, and we go through these drive-thrus at night. Let me get these glasses off. And it is just amazing. It's like they have a bunch of aliens come in after midnight and run these places. It's a disaster. Some of the stories, I could go on forever. So I think you'll like that. So I appreciate a subscribe. I appreciate a like. And hopefully I did okay with this video in that I showed you guys mainly why a gun, if you drop the slide on a round in the chamber, absolutely will not go off. That is a fact. So thanks a lot. Thanks for watching my video, and I'll catch you on the next time.